Okay, so we'll now solve this problem of process costing. I'll read the problem. A product passes through two processes. The output of process 1 becomes input of process 2 and output of process 2 is transferred to warehouse. The quantity of raw material introduced in process 1 is 20,000 kg at the rate of rupees 10 per kg. The cost and output data for the month under review are as under. So we have these details for a particular month of two processes, that is process 1 and process 2. So the different details that are available over here are direct material, labor, production overheads, normal loss, output and loss realization, rupees per unit. Our outputs are in terms of units, okay, and this is your scrap value. Okay, so we'll now start solving our process account. So we'll first prepare process 1 account. Considering the opening balance in the process 1 account, they have already given us the details here. Quantity of raw materials introduced in process 1 is 20,000 kg at the rate of rupees 10 per kg. So we have to write over here 2 units introduced, that is 20,000 kg at the rate of rupees 10, which comes to 2 lakhs rupees. Okay, we'll now start passing our entries for the expenses that we have incurred. We'll first start with our process 1. We have direct material 60,000. So I write here to direct material, that is 60,000. Then to direct labor I have 40,000. I have overheads, that is 39,000. Okay, and then I have the next thing is the normal loss, that is 8%. So I write here by normal loss, that is 8% of input. Input is my 20,000 units. So 8% of 20,000 I calculate over here. I get 1,600 units. Okay, and then output in terms of units is 80,000, that is given. So I write here by output 18,000. Since it is already given, I will write it here. And then loss realization per unit is rupees 2. So our loss is 1,600 units. I multiply it by rupees 2. So 1,600 into 2, I get 3,200 rupees. Okay, so we have passed all the necessary entries in our process 1 account. Now let us try to tally both the sides of our process 1 accounts. Okay, so I write here 20,000 and the total of this 18,000 plus 1,600, how much it comes to? It comes to 19,600. That means there is a difference of 400 units on the credit side. So I write these 400 units and I write here 20,000 units. Okay, to tally. So to tally both the sides, I have to include this 400 units on the credit side. Now from where these 400 units have arisen? I have already used the material for 20,000 units. Okay, 1,600 was a loss, but still my final output was just 18,000. Okay, so from where this 400 came? Okay, now this 400 is my abnormal loss, the extra loss I have incurred while carrying out my process of 400 units. But what will be the rate per unit? How will I calculate this? I need to find this amount so that I can find the difference between both the sides of my process 1 account. Now to find the amount of abnormal loss, I need to follow one formula. Always remember, you can use this formula for finding your rate per unit of abnormal loss, for abnormal gain, abnormal effective and for cost per unit. Okay, so the formula is, I write it over here, normal cost per unit. So I write here normal cost minus normal loss divided by input minus normal loss. Now this is in terms of units and this is in terms of rupees. So how will I find this normal loss? Where will I find this? Total all this amounts. Total all these amounts, that is 2 lakhs plus 60,000 plus 40,000 plus 39,000. You have to total it. Okay. So when you total all these amounts, you get 3 lakhs 39,000 minus loss. What is the loss amount? 3,200 divided by your units that you have introduced, that is input, minus the loss 1,600. Okay, you have to minus this, divide it, and you will get your cost per unit. Okay, so after calculating this, we find our cost per unit as 18.25 rupees. Now use this 18.25 rupees and multiply it by your 400 units of abnormal loss. So we have here 400 into 18.25, we get 7,300, which you are supposed to write over here 7,300. So now total both the sides and write the balance. The total of this is 3 lakhs 39,000. Here also it will be 3 lakhs 39,000. Okay, minus 7,300 minus 3,200, you will get the amount over here. So we solve it. 339,000 minus 7,300 minus 3,200, we get 328500. Okay, so we have written the difference over here 328500 and your output is 18,000, which is already given in the problem. Okay, now this output of process 1 will become your input of process 2. So we write over here process 2 account to process 1 account, that is, see over here 18,000, 3 lakhs 28,500. So you have to transfer it over here 18,000, 3 lakhs 28,500, and then you have to pass all the other material 40,000, labor 30,000. So I pass it here to material, that is 40,000. See, given over here labor, it is 30,000. Okay, overheads is 40,250. Okay, and see here the normal loss is given. Normal loss is 5%. So I write it on credit side by normal loss at the rate of 5% on your input. Now your input is 18,000. Okay, so 5% on 18,000 you have to calculate. We get 900. So 900 is your output, normal loss. You multiply it by the loss realization amount, that is rupees 3 per unit. See, given over here loss realization scrap value rupees 3 per unit. So 900 into 3 comes to 2,700. Okay, then by output, why are we writing this output first only? Because it is already given in the problem. So when we know about our output and when we already insert it in our process account, we will understand the difference and we can find out whether there is an abnormal loss or an abnormal gain or effective in this particular process. Okay, just the way here it was abnormal loss because on the credit side we had a difference of 400. If this difference was on the debit side, it would have been by abnormal effective or abnormal gain. Okay, now try to understand about this particular process. Okay, so to know the difference, we need to total the units on both the sides. So here it will be 18,000 and here it will be 18,300. If you total both this, amounts, you get 18,300. So we realize that this side is heavier. So I write over here 18,300 and even here 18,300, and the difference of 300 I write over here, and since it is on the debit side I will write 2 abnormal effective. Okay, that is your gain. Okay, so 300 extra units we have produced in this particular process 2. Okay, so here we know the units of abnormal effective, but we don't know the amount. We don't know the amount, so you have to use the same formula to finding the amount, that is your normal cost per unit. Directly I will write the amount. See, normal cost, you have to total this 4 amounts. Okay, so your normal cost is the total of all these 4 amounts, which comes to 4,38,750. If you total, you will get this amount, less your normal loss amount, that is 2,700 divided by input of 18,000 less your loss units of 900. Okay, so you have to calculate this. Okay, so this is the amount we get when we minus 4,38,750 by 2,700. We get 4,36,050 divided by, you have to minus this, and we get 17,100. Divide this and you will get your rate per unit. Okay, so when you divide this, you get your rate per unit as 25.5 rupees per unit. So you have to multiply this by 300 units. So 25.5 we have got into 300 units of abnormal effective. We get 7,650. That is what you are supposed to put over here. 7,650. Okay, so then you have to total, and difference you are supposed to write over here. Okay, so when you total all these amounts, we get 4,46,400. Same thing we write over here, 4,46,400 minus 6,400 minus 2,700 of loss. So we get 4,43,700 as our amount of output. Okay, so we have found over here our units in terms of output and the amount in terms of output. The output was given. We had no idea about the amount, which we have found by using this cost per unit formula. Now if you all go to the problem over here, what this says that the output of process 1 becomes the input of process 2. Yes, definitely. The output of process 1, see, this is process 1, right? 18,000 has become the input of process 2. See this entry. Okay, and they are saying something about the output of process 2, and output of process 2 is transferred to warehouse. Okay, so this is what you have to write over here. In case of process 2 account, by output you have to write warehouse in bracket. Why? Because this particular amount or this particular output of process 2 goes to your warehouse. So with this we are done with this problem. We have understood how when there is difference on either of the side, if it is on the credit side it will be loss, if it is on the debit side it will be abnormal effective. See here, abnormal effective or gain. Okay, you are supposed to find the difference in the number of units and then multiply it by the cost per unit, which you are supposed to find by using this formula, by using normal cost less normal loss divided by input less normal loss in terms of units, and you will find the cost per unit.